Well, you're looking at a rendering of what would be John Wayne, the Duke, as he was called. And I find it interesting, I just flew out of Santa Ana Airport, which is called John Wayne Airport, as you well know. Newport Beach was his home. But the great John Wayne, did you know that still to this day, among the nations of the world, when asked, who's the most masculine man that you have ever heard of? The overwhelming response is, worldwide, guess who? John Wayne. John Wayne was the picture of the quintessential man that was masculine. He wasn't a wimp. He wasn't some sort of a flowery guy, but he was the man who was gentle when he needed to be gentle, and he was a man who knew how to deal with the issue when they arose. He is obviously a Hollywood icon, but the type of man that he portrayed, in many ways, in many of his movies, not all, but many, caused him to have a reputation known to be as the man's man. John Wayne, the man's man. And so why I want to point him out is the fact that more than ever, we need to teach our boys how to be boys. We need to teach our young men how to be young men. We need to get back to biblical masculinity because the world has had our boys and our men for so long, and it's clear that the world's agenda has ruined them. It is not wrong, and nor should we apologize for masculinity. God made us men. What we need to apologize for is when we've not acted like men, when we've not been men, because men open doors for the opposite sex. Men are kind, tender, and gentle, and yes, men are ferocious and furious when his home or when his wife or when his girl or kids or property are threatened, just the way God made us. So let's remember something. It's so important that we teach our young men to celebrate being a young man and to know the difference between what is right and wrong is part about being a man, and to do the right thing is part about being a man, and to make the right decisions and listen, and the right sacrifices. Many of John Wayne's movies portrayed him as a man who made the sacrifice of even his own life that his family might live. So listen, I read years ago a book by Eric Metaxas, and it's called 7 Men. And I encourage you to get that book. Eric Metaxas, 7 Men, and the first introduction to that book is all about John Wayne. But listen, we've got a greater than John Wayne in our lives. Jesus is the ultimate man, and we're going to want to mimic him more and more as we seek to find out what it is to be a man of God.